1, 2, 3,
action!
If you're interested on how to make an effective vision board, stay tuned because we have some awesome tips and information for you. Let's get started. Thank you for clicking on this video and welcome to my channel. If this is the first time we're meeting, hi, my name is Sky and you're in the right place if you want to know how to conquer and dominate your life. We're gonna do this together. If you have not watched the video that I released before this, I highly encourage you to click on that link above or the link below. I'll leave it in both places so that you can be prepared to create this vision board, do this step next. It is important for you to watch that video first so that you know exactly how to map out your life for guaranteed success. There's a bunch of different ways to do vision boards. There's no correct or wrong way. It is not for everyone. You don't need to do this in order to be successful and manifest your dreams. It is at all not necessary, but for some people, it is very useful tool. I'm gonna walk you through how I use it to manifest my dream. For my vision board, I want to fine tune it and hone in on 2020. I wanna put things on there that are far-fetched, but also realistic as well, so that I feel encouraged as I go throughout the year and manifest them. Let's get started with this video. I have a special guest with me, my fiance, because we're gonna do this together. Now, this video is going to be slightly different. We're not going to be talking to the camera, but we're going to be talking to each other more of a conversational style, as if you guys are just sitting right here across from us, a part of it all. So it'll feel a little different, but hopefully this will give you a lot. Why? Hopefully this will give you a new perspective of how we like to operate. Or how I forced you to operate. All right, let's get started. This is kind of a unique exercise to do it with your significant other. But if you remember from my last video, it's important to set your objectives and your strategies for 2020 independently. And so this is actually kind of like the first time we're seeing each other's goals for 2020 for the first time. I kind of like know roundabout and he knows mine, but this is the first time we're actually gonna go through them like real time right now.
First time we're gonna really talk through it. So I've seen them. I don't know in what context you were thinking about it. Yeah.
So we're gonna talk through that right now and create our vision board in real time, but like edited when you're watching it. We're gonna talk through mine first. My life mission is to leave a legacy by empowering others.
It's pretty powerful.
My life pillars are give back as an engaged leader, build lasting wealth to provide without limitations, and provide wealth meaning like to myself, to my family, to friends and family.
When you say provide, do you mean provide wealth to others or
provide in terms of experiences, happiness, opportunity, comfort, a home?
That makes sense.
It can be materialistic or it can be experiences. If I need to provide time, I need to have money in order for me to give up my time. And then be athletically fit and healthy, experience life with joy, with meaningful relationships. That includes you.
I'd hope so.
Continuously build a relationship with God. So those are my life pillars. My objectives for 2020, diversify my sources of income. Stop me whenever it doesn't make sense. Improve conversation and presentation skills. Compete in bodybuilding competition. Grow professionally while finding happiness and be involved in my community.
Yeah, I see how those tie to your
life pillars. Now the next one is you. Do you want to take us through your life mission? What you'd like to achieve in your life, and you have eyelash on your eye.
My life mission is to enrich the lives of individuals and build life-impacting organizations through servant leadership. That's pretty packed. So when I was doing this, I was just writing down, what do I want to do? What is your direction in life? Why do you do the things that you do? And then I started to think, everything that I do is to provide, to teach. It was all sort of focused on others. My life mission is to enrich individuals, but there's also this flavor of I want to build life-impacting organizations. And I kept it broad because they could be for-profit, they could be non-profit. To do that, my life pillars are actually based on a book that your dad,
my dad, not
Sky's dad. Yeah, so Sky's dad had me read when we were getting engaged. The 4 pillars in a man's heart. At a high level is to be a king, to be a warrior, to be a mentor, be a friend. So if you think about our relationship, to be a king means to provide. It doesn't mean I rule over you. A warrior means to protect. It means that I'm going to protect you and stick up for you. Be a mentor. I think you and I do this phenomenally for one another, is that I should mentor you and you should mentor me. But at times, connect deliberately and be a friend with one another. although we're together, we're best friends as well. In my life, I want all 4 of these pillars to be in balance.
I think that actually applies to so many people. If you guys haven't read it, like,
it's an awesome book.
Yeah, it just talks about the 4 core fundamentals that everyone should actually uphold to be effective in society.
Makes sense. So with objectives, I want to build a real estate salesperson presence in Northwest Arkansas like I did in Pennsylvania. In addition to having my full-time position, I want to have that. My number 2 is that I want to become an Olympic triathlete. I want to also increase my annual income through personal real estate transactions, support professional growth of my immediate family members. I have a lot of younger siblings. I've seen them grow, and some of them are starting to graduate college. I want to actually purposely devote hours to make sure that they grow and that they learn from like things that I've learned through the years, and I can help expedite and put them in the right position quicker than I ever did. My 5th one is I want to form relationships by working on my life's backlog. There's so many things that I've put on backlog, whether it be because of money or time or just putting other people first. Your mom's phenomenal at music, right? So like, why wouldn't I take piano lessons and voice lessons from her once a week? Solve a problem that I've always wanted to solve, but also build a stronger relationship with your mom.
Now what we're gonna do is you're gonna shift gears and we're going to make our physical vision boards.
What we've done is, as we did our objectives and tied key results to that under each objective, you just find photos that resemble the key result. We'll get our vision board out, show you the photos that are on here and how they tie to the objective.
After you get this printed out, you wanna cut this all into different pieces, and that's what we have sitting in front of us. So this is yours. And this is mine. And then here we go.
Thank you.
Here I go.
Oh, they're not even open yet.
Yeah, they're brand new. We got these little cork boards. We alive. Okay, so we're gonna start with me. I'm Sky, in case you couldn't tell by the voice. In terms of my first objective, diversify my sources of income. I have this guy to represent my plant. This is me and this is Doug, and we're pouring into our little plant that we are building together. But then there are a bunch of, I don't know why I'm laughing. There are a bunch of different sources of these little money things that are pouring into our little plants. This is the life that we're building together, and this is me, this is Doug, and we're just pouring it along.
I love this graphic. That is so cool. It's our little plant that we're feeding.
I think that's basically the theme of next year for me, about how do I actually grow professionally, not just in terms of career, corporate job, but also other areas as well. So this is diversify my income. One key result to do that is to become monetized on YouTube. As you guys know, I'm trying to get monetized on YouTube, so help a brother out and subscribe and keep on watching and turn that notification bell on. Shameless plug. I'm just gonna lay things out and then we're gonna pin it later. The next thing, I want to earn income through a new investment property. So I go through some detail and explain some of my logic and how I want to accomplish this in the previous video. But here you have this guy, little house with coins. I have other different sources of this key results, but this will remind me of all the things that I want to accomplish under that diversify sources of income, because that's really in depth. The second thing is I want to improve conversation and presentation skills. That's something that I actually used to thrive in. I used to be excellent at presenting and talking to people, and I'm not sure what happened over the course of last 3 or 4 years, but I'm repeating myself more. I'm hesitant to talk. I'm not sure what happened. So I cut out Oprah Winfrey because she's so charismatic and really connecting with people when they're talking. That's somebody that I want to emulate and always be cognizant about when I talk to other people. On top of that, one of the reasons why I've been on the downhill is because I'm not reading enough. So I am adding a book so that I can read 1 book a month. And I know that seems a little to some people, and I was thinking about maybe I should do a book a week, but I read more articles and things like that. I don't actually sit down and read a whole book. So I want to make an effort to stem away from audiobooks and articles like that and focus on actual books that I really want to get off my list. Next thing is compete in a bodybuilding competition. I got this little girl right here. I have one because I won a bodybuilding competition, and I actually have 2 more trophies from back in the day when I used to compete, and I want to compete again. In order for me to do that, I need to make sure, from knowing my physique, I don't have really great glute muscles naturally compared to the rest of my body. So I put, this is Tammy Hambrow. I don't know if you guys know her, but she's pretty popular on on social media. She kind of really developed her gluteus maximus, as you can see, and that's just an inspiration and motivation because that was one area that I need to really improve upon last time I competed, and I know that still stays true today, so I need to work on that. And that comes with Nikki Blackketter. She's also a famous social media influencer in the health and fitness arena. I just love her personality as well. So it's kind of like double whammy because she's gonna influence me and motivate me to create more content that's more me, but also work out more. Alrighty. The next one is grow professionally while finding happiness. Hello, new job. I moved down to Arkansas almost 3 years ago, and I've learned so much in this current company and my current role, but I know I'm ready for a different challenge. I want to continue to grow in an accelerated manner, and I feel that I've been on a flat line in terms of being mentally challenged, and so I want to be able to find a new role. The next thing, be involved in the community. Find a community organization to get involved in, and that's why I have this guy. This is like my community, and I want to be more involved in it. I also want to be involved in the church. This is my church, 𝗪𝗂𝗃, and I'm putting that right here so I can be more involved. As I'm going through this, I realized there's a few things that I actually left out, so I'm gonna plug them in here. I've been on a cruise last year and it was so much fun, and I went on with Doug. My goal is to take my parents with me. I traveled so much this 2019 and it was great, but I want to be able to share that experience with my parents. So I want to be able to take them on this cruise, whether it's to Alaska or to the Caribbean, I don't know where it is, but I want to take my parents along with Doug and have the time of our lives. I have the tangible things that I want to accomplish in 2020. The next step, I want to put on here the adjectives or things that inspire me to achieve all of this, the energy that I want to exude. So first thing that I want to put on here is, you know the saying, the vibe attracts your tribe. I want to give off the right vibe. What kind of vibe do I want to give off? I want to be fearless and I want to be brave. I think I've been cautious about a lot of things and I want to break that habit. Some of the other things that I want to adopt. Just do it, Nike. When I was growing up in high school, my cello teacher was phenomenal. He told me to print this out and put it on my music stand every time I practice, because what would happen is I would sit down to practice my cello, which, mind you, it was 5+ hours of practicing every single day. And I would just complain about wanting to start practicing. And he just told me, stop debating with yourself and just do it. And so this is a reminder that in order for me to achieve things in life, there are things that I just need to get over and just do it for the sake of the broader vision. Next, this is Sarah's day. She is a YouTuber. Her content really inspires me. Her personality comes out. She really provides value and it's really entertaining to watch. It's a lifestyle vlog, but then she incorporates health and fitness in there, but also a bunch of different topics too, like fashion and I don't know, just she's a very well-rounded YouTuber and I aspire to be like that, and just the mood that she exudes, so I'm putting that on there. I'm putting on the Try Guys because I really get inspiration from them. I think they're hilarious. There's a purpose to every video, but that's not the reason why I'm putting them on my vision board. The reason why I'm putting them on is because wherever they go, whatever they do, they just seem like they know exactly how to have fun and not take things too seriously, but have a great time going after their dreams. And I want to remind myself that no matter what goals that I set on my vision for my 2020 on my roadmap, have fun doing it. Lastly, this is a representation that I'm all about empowering others. If you guys recall, life mission is to leave a legacy by empowering others. So a lot of these things are investing in myself, but I want to stay grounded, and at the end of the day, I'm doing all of this because I want to empower others and help others. That is my vision board. I'm going to take the push pins and pin my vision board up so that I can see it on a daily basis. Next up is Doug.
Okay, so now it's my turn. I'm going to start with my objective number 1 for 2020. If you all remember what I said earlier, I was licensed in Pennsylvania as a residential real estate agent. Absolutely love doing this work. It's a really good way to be able to help others, but also make an additional source of income. Hope to achieve a couple sales this year. Key results for me is 1, pass the exam, get licensed, join a brokerage in the state of Arkansas, but also close on at least 1 transaction this year. Number 2, this is pretty intimidating, but I believe that I can do it. I'm not going to do an Ironman, but I am going to do a triathlon that is Olympic style. a mile swim, about 24 to 25 mile bike ride, and a little over 6 mile run. I've been doing a little research. The key result here is not only to learn how to swim before doing this, but ultimately complete about 12 weeks worth of training and try to complete this Olympic triathlon in under 3 hours, which I've heard is right there on the cusp of like, man, if you can do that, you're pretty good for your first one. Now, some of the things that tie into this is just being fit. The thing that came to mind when I was building this was it's consistency. It's less so about looking like this, but I think this will be an outcome of me actually doing this, knowing my body and how I react to physical endurance. And so the consistency in getting through this is going to be very key to me. And so it's very important that that translate over into my professional career as well, and that I'm consistent with everything that I'm doing, not just for this triathlon or my physical health. My third objective, it's just continue to make income off of real estate prospects. I've been doing it for years. I haven't done it as aggressively as I've wanted to in the past. There's been times where I've been in grad school, other things where we've moved. I think we're getting to a position where within the next couple of deals, we can start moving more aggressively on this. I have a lot of expertise, not only just selling, but doing my own. I've grown up around it. My dad was a residential contractor. The key result here is, can we make greater than $50,000 to $100,000 in supplemental income? The fourth one is all around people. You heard me say that a lot of the things that I do is to help inspire, to help teach. The first thing is I have nieces now. One niece is actually getting into the high school age. For her, I want to make sure that I start to get a college plan for her or contribute however best I can. One of the key results is spending an hour a week just on this. So this just ties to it. I want to be able to teach. I might as well give back to my immediate family. And this also ties into some of the things that Sky and I have wanted to do here locally in Bentonville. We have certain equipment for green shaved ice. Whether we start a business or not, I think we should proceed with spending a couple hours a week planning something where we can pop up a shop. Because every time we talk to someone about this Korean shaved ice, which is an alternative to this shaved ice that I think most Americans know, people are adamant that this thing would be something they'd go do. You'll see here, these are resumes and job offers. As I've alluded that I have nieces, I also have younger sisters. One just graduated, another one is about to graduate. I want to really take everything I've learned and give them all the knowledge that I have and all the connections that I have to try to help one get a job offer and the other one start to plan for what they want to do. The fifth one is all around sphere of influence. Build relationships by working on the backlog in my life of the things that I've always wanted to do but have always taken a back seat. So in order to do this network, one of the big reasons is I want to actually be more involved in the public. This isn't necessarily a group or a magazine that I support. I just literally researched it today, but it signals to me the thing that I want to go after, which is what are all the investment groups? What are all the financial groups? What are all the political and money groups that are here in Arkansas, and especially Northwest Arkansas, that I can get introduced to? And so on a monthly basis, I want to meet with one of these organizations and just learn what's going on. If you look at this one, this is Arkansas Money and Politics. It's literally a magazine I just discovered about everything that's going on with investments in startups or politics in and around the state. This is just one example of like me needing to dig in if I'm going to do what I want to do in the future. I also want to build relationships again by doing other things on my backlog. I want to actually learn how to sing just formally. Like I've never done it and I want to. And so I think one way of doing that is to understand the art of music and the fundamentals, and who better than Sky's mom to actually get closer with and have her help me with it. And if I'm going to do this, the thing that I think I've always, I wouldn't say struggled with, but there's an opportunity for me to grow, is devoting the time and being present when I'm talking to the other people and listening, and really actually taking away knowledge about that person and letting them leave with knowledge about me too. So that sums up the 5 for me, and I hope you guys enjoyed this.
Okay, this is yours that you created. Show the folks.
It looks pretty awesome. Thank you for putting all the thumbtacks in.
Thank you for pushing it in. Okay.
Vision board meet Sky's vision board.
I'm pretty proud of it.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm really proud of what you put on there.
What are you most proud of?
Well, one, I love it because I think this side kind of represents, and this side is kind of very giving to others. Mm-hmm. I think this represents why I actually fell in love with you in the first place. When I first met you, I thought you were just a go-getter. You know, very motivated, self-motivated, mm-hmm. But I realized there was like underlying reason as to why you were so motivated. And the reason is because you want to help others. I remember when you first started talking about your siblings, you teared up a little bit. And so like, I don't know, things like that, providing a life for your siblings and your parents. I don't think people realize how much emphasis you put on that. So I love that aspect. The thing that I'm most proud of is actually this.
The triathlon?
I think because I have no doubt that you can do it, but you've always been very focused on me, focused on like my competition and stuff. But I really think that you need to take this time to really focus on you and meet your physical capabilities that I know you have.
Yeah.
Cool.
That means a lot. Thank you.
Yeah. And I like this one too, the AMP. I really think you could be a great politician and a great community leader.
I do too. It takes a lot of effort. So
Yeah.
we gotta start
I
somewhere.
know you guys do. What are you most proud of in mine?
The one that I've seen you really put so much energy into is literally like this video, right? Is the YouTube. I would say in the last year, to see how many hours you've put in, not just creating videos, but becoming what I would consider an expert. You know how people say like the 10,000 hour rule? Like you're probably almost there with everything that you've put into this. It's not just creating videos. It is all the research. She sits down and has philosophical like conversations with me about what is the best route for this. It's not because you necessarily want to get monetized. I think it is literally because you want to share. Mm-hmm. You want to do this, and like I see that dedication because of course she's not monetized. She doesn't talk about that type of thing, and so like I find it very genuine in what you do, and I enjoy watching your videos. And everyone that I know says that. There's been people at work who have found you, by the way.
Really?
And I didn't know. They were like, oh yeah, like Sky, like, you know, it's cool. Like they either hear it from someone or somehow they found out. But it's not just word of mouth. And that's very inspiring to me to know that if people put work into it, you can actually achieve what you're doing. So.
By the way, this is just like a random plug, but I know who actually watches my videos out of my friends and those who engage with me on social media. And I know it sounds so silly, but it means a lot to those who actually go out of their way to support. I know not every one of my friends watch YouTube. Yeah. They're not the type to like my posts and stuff, but this is just something that means a lot to me. And so I really value and treasure my friends who go out of their way to like be the first one to watch it. For instance, Andrea. Every time before I post, I send her multiple copies of my post and be like, hey, which one do you like? And I don't think she really cares, but she gives me her opinion. But things like that. So I appreciate you.
I do like this, and I like that you put it in the center.
That's the plant. Doug and I pouring money into the plant.
Yeah, because we do that in a good way. Like, yeah. I see a lot, this is almost like a plug for our relationship. We do this really well. We do have like separate accounts and other things like that, but we talk about everything. We have a spreadsheet for everything. We have goals and plans for everything. And we never argue. If you have your own personal agenda, you have your own personal agenda. I do too. But we made it work. I don't know how. Like we never fight in that aspect.
Yeah.
And now we're partners in pretty much everything that we want to invest in because we trust one another. It's really cool.
I agree.
Yeah. So those two things.
Cool. Awesome. Well, there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it useful. I'd love to hear and see all of y'all's vision boards. Make sure you find me on Instagram, follow me, and tag me on your vision boards. I would love to see what you're trying to accomplish next year. Bye. Okay. You don't need to do that right now. Okay.
Corazón, tú me pides corazón, tú me pides corazón.